What if the price of love was not just your heart, but your very voice? Imagine a world where every step toward your dreams felt like walking on shattered glass, where ancient magic exacts a heavy toll for the chance at a human soul. Welcome to The Little Mermaid, a story of longing, sacrifice, and the dark bargains made in the depths of the sea. And in our modern retelling, we'll dive into not only the mystical undercurrents of this fabled world, but also into the fiery debates online about how this classic tale is being reimagined for a new generation. Picture this: deep beneath the churning northern sea, amid phosphorescent creatures and twisted coral forests, lives a mermaid princess with a voice so enchanting it could outsing even the sirens. Yet, beneath her mesmerizing song lies a yearning for something far more elusive, a human soul and the promise of a life on land. On her 16th birthday, when the ocean's tumult mirrors the storms of destiny, she witnesses a human prince in mortal peril and, in saving him, seals her fate. But today, as this timeless legend is resurrected in both animated classics and a daring live-action remake, controversies stir. Debates on casting, where some fans expected the fiery redhead of yore, while others celebrated a fresh, bold interpretation, have ignited heated discussions on Reddit and across the internet. So, settle in as we journey through the depths of the undersea realm, the agony of transformation, and the modern clash between nostalgia and progressive reimagination.
The Little Mermaid. The depths of the northern sea held secrets darker than any human mind could fathom. Among the twisted coral and phosphorescent creatures dwelt beings who were neither fish nor human. Their civilization built upon ancient magic that demanded terrible prices for its gifts. In these waters lived a young mermaid princess whose voice could entrance even the sirens themselves. Unlike her sisters, who delighted in luring sailors to their doom, she spent countless hours watching the surface world from afar, fascinated by the brief, burning lives of humans. More than anything, she yearned to possess what they had, an immortal soul. On her 16th birthday, as tradition demanded, she rose to the surface for the first time. The sea churned with an approaching storm, and through the darkness, she spotted a grand ship being torn apart by massive waves. Among the wreckage, she saw him, a prince, struggling against the hungry sea. Something in his eyes called to her, and she fought through the violent waters to save him. As she dragged his unconscious form to shore, she studied his face in the growing dawn. Never had she seen anything so beautiful, so fragile. She sang to him until she saw others approaching, then slipped away into the waves, her heart forever changed. Her grandmother had warned her about the sea witch who lived in the bone-strewn canyons of the deep. A creature ancient and terrible, who granted wishes at devastating costs. The mermaid sought her out, finding her lair marked by the floating corpses of fish killed by her toxic presence. "I know what you seek, little princess," the witch rasped, her tentacles writhing in the gloom. "But are you prepared for the price? Every step will feel like walking on sharpened blades. Your beautiful voice will be mine. And if he marries another, you will dissolve into sea foam at the next dawn." The mermaid nodded without hesitation. The witch's magic ripped through her like lightning, transforming her tail into legs and stealing her voice, leaving only agony in its wake. Each step on land brought excruciating pain, yet she danced for the prince, smiling through her torment. He was enchanted by her grace, but his heart remained distant, fixed on the woman he believed had saved him, a princess from a neighboring kingdom who had found him on the beach. The mermaid watched in silent anguish as wedding preparations began. Her sisters appeared to her the night before the ceremony, their beautiful faces gaunt and haunting. They had traded their long hair to the sea witch for a knife imbued with dark magic. If she killed the prince before dawn and let his blood drip on her feet, she would become a mermaid again. That night, she stood over his sleeping form, the knife trembling in her hand. But as she looked at his peaceful face, she knew she could not do it. Her love, though unrequited, was too pure for such a violent end. As the first light of dawn broke across the horizon, she cast herself into the sea, feeling her body dissolve into foam. But instead of oblivion, she felt herself rising, becoming something new, a daughter of the air. Her sacrifice had earned her a chance at an immortal soul, though the path would be long and filled with centuries of good deeds. Sometimes, on storm-tossed nights, sailors claim they can hear a haunting, voiceless song on the wind, a reminder that true love often demands the highest price of all.
History analysis. This darker, more nuanced version of The Little Mermaid speaks to a deep, existential longing, a quest not just for love, but for the very soul of humanity. In the original ballad, our mermaid's sacrifice is both literal and metaphorical. Her lost voice and painful transformation mirror the painful cost of desire and the sacrifices one makes in pursuit of a dream. The Sea Witch and the Curse. No longer merely a villain, the Sea Witch represents the harsh reality of ancient magic, one that demands a steep, personal price. Her pact with the mermaid illustrates that every wish, every dream, comes at an unavoidable cost. The mermaid's agony and the sisters' desperate bargain underscore the idea that in a world ruled by arcane forces, even hope and love are never free. Modern reinterpretation and casting controversies. Fast forward to today, and The Little Mermaid has leaped from animated screens into live-action spectacle. Yet, with this transformation came intense debates online, especially regarding the casting of the live-action remake. In the original animated film, Ariel's portrayal as a red-headed princess became an iconic image. However, the live-action casting diverged from these expectations, choosing a fresh face that stirred controversy across Reddit threads and internet forums. Many traditionalists decried the departure from the classic look, while a significant number of modern fans celebrated the inclusive, progressive reinterpretation as a necessary evolution of the story. These discussions reveal a broader tension in today's media landscape, the balance between honoring nostalgic imagery and embracing a diverse, contemporary vision that reflects our changing cultural values. Just as our mermaid traded her voice for legs and a new destiny, modern adaptations of old legends often require audiences to relinquish the familiar in favor of bold, transformative reinterpretations. The prince, while a catalyst for the mermaid's transformation, also embodies the tragic flaw of human desire. His inability to fully recognize the sacrifice made for him reflects a timeless truth that the pursuit of love in all its forms is fraught with pain, loss, and the bitter sting of unfulfilled promises. In the end, The Little Mermaid reminds us that true transformation comes at a heavy price. Our mermaid's sacrifice, her stolen voice, and the agony of her metamorphosis leaves behind a legacy that is both beautiful and tragic. She is reborn, not as a mere memory or fleeting sea foam, but as a daughter of the air, a spirit forever in pursuit of an immortal soul, a testament to the resilience of the human and mermaid heart. Today, as debates rage about casting choices and cultural reinterpretations, on storm-tossed nights when the wind carries a voiceless melody, we are reminded that every legend holds within it the echoes of change, and that sometimes the most stirring tales are those that dare to reinvent themselves. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the depths of The Little Mermaid, a tale as timeless as the sea itself, now reimagined for our modern age.